Ha, you thought you weren't gonna get a video from me, didn't you? All right, guys, quick update. I'll try to keep this short and simple. Maybe some of this information will help somebody in the future. I don't know. Okay, as you guys know from the previous videos and all the issues I was having, and one thing that I did not mention in the previous video is I was not having any type of timing advance. That was one of my big problems as well. So not only were the injectors hanging open, but I would unplug the timing wire, set my base timing, plug the timing wire back in, check it again, and it would stay the same. I was having no advance whatsoever. Once it got up to temperature and it got really warmed up, nice and good, it would all of a sudden come back and I would get timing advance. So that was one thing I was struggling with as well that I could not figure out. Okay, now fast forward. After doing a bunch of research and talking to people as far as that was concerned, I ended up just buying a whole new distributor for this thing and replacing it. Okay, so after I replaced the entire distributor, that problem cured itself and it went away. So I was able to run this thing, set the timing, I was getting timing advance back again, and at the same time I went ahead and did brand new spark plugs and brand new plug wires. So, okay, where am I at here? There's been so much going on with this thing. So the distributor fixed the timing issue, but I was still having issues with the injectors and I was still having issues with the check engine light. I had ordered an ECM and I was just waiting for it to show up. So once I got the ECM and I threw the ECM in the truck, I fired the thing up, but I still had a check engine light, but it did cure my injector issues. They are no longer hanging up, they are no longer flooding, any of that type of thing. So the old ECM, I do believe, had a bad injector driver, and plus it had some other issues as well. So any of the other, I can't think of all of them right now. With the new ECM, I was actually able to jump the two A/B terminals and read codes. The old computer, I could not do that at all. So once I was able to get a code to blink, it blinked code 43, which is knock sensor. So I did put a brand new knock sensor in this thing before I put the ECM in it. So after doing some research on that, I traced all the wiring out, tried to figure everything out. The wire tested good and all that stuff. But then I found out there are two different knock sensors for this year big block. I bought the wrong one. So what I did was I put the old knock sensor back in it, and guess what? No more check engine light. So I've been sitting here running this thing this morning for a while, just trying to get the computer to learn. And for the most part, I think I've got it licked, guys. I really do. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I think we may have gotten it. So it's starting up okay. One thing that it still does is it just runs a little bit rough when you first start it at idle, but I have no check engine light. It's revving up properly, it's got good throttle response, but the longer that I let it run, the smoother it does get. So if I put it in the gear under load as well, it does run pretty smooth as well. It smooths right out. So again, no check engine light, oil pressure's good. And another funny thing is too, is my temperature is running much cooler now as well. When that check engine light went out, my temperature dropped. It is not running as hot. And keep in mind, this is the only cooling fan I have on this right now. I have no cooling fans on the radiator. So the more I let this run, again, it just gets nice and it smooths out. It's got a little bit of shape to it, but it's not bad. There's no smoke, there's no noises in the engine, anything like that. It's running really, really good. I think we got it, guys. I think we finally got it. I had to throw enough new parts at it to get it done, but you know what? It is what it is. So, honestly, out of desperation, I did buy some parts that I didn't need. I ended up buying an extra coil, an ignition module, that type of thing. Well, the new distributor came complete with everything, but you know what? I'm okay with it because I can carry this stuff in the truck. Now I've got an extra coil. Now I've got an extra ignition module, all that stuff, which is good to have for these engines anyway. So I don't mind buying extra parts if I can throw them in the toolbox and keep them. So there seemed to be several issues with this thing. So the distributor was giving me fits, and then the computer was giving me fits. It was a combination of all these different things that were failing on this thing. And I just had to kind of isolate everything and figure it all out. But it has been quite the educational journey, let me tell you. I've learned more than I ever wanted to learn about these engines, let me tell you. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that left a comment on the last video with this thing. People suggesting things that I need to check and look for, that type of thing. I looked through all of those comments and I did check everything out. You know, I tried to do my due diligence on my end as well. So I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Mike, one of my subscribers, who is up in Oregon. He has a lot of good experience with these things, and we had a nice phone conversation, bounced a lot of ideas off of each other, things that I may have forgotten or whatnot. And we were definitely both leaning towards the ECM, which turned out to be the case. So Mike, thank you so much for your input. And I also want to thank Jim and Randy over in California as well. I got connected with them through my friend Kelly at WFO Racing and Machine here in Phoenix, through a friend of his, and just kind of funny how it all snowballed. You know, one guy knows one guy that knows a guy that knows a guy. Anyway, these two guys were very knowledgeable, especially with these big block 454s. Randy, for instance, he does a lot of conversions on the old GMC motorhomes with the 455s in them. They put big block throttle body setups on them. So I had a good conversation with him, things that I could test, or things that maybe I have forgotten. Same thing with Mike as well. But again, thank you everyone that left a comment. It really is very helpful. I am not a diagnostics guy. You know, this has probably been a little bit painful for some of you to watch, but I'm not a diagnostics person. I don't have the mind for it. I can do everything else for the most part, but yeah, the diagnostic end of it's always been difficult for me. So thank you everyone for your input. All right, so there's one thing I can't stand anymore. I want to see if this thing moves. I just want to back it down the driveway and pull it back into the yard. The yard looks like a bomb went off out here. I've got electrical equipment, wiring and stuff, and engine parts everywhere. I'm gonna get this backyard cleaned up, and let's back this thing out and roll it. Let's just see if it moves on its own for the first time. So I'll be back, just like, all right guys, let's see if this thing moves. I think we're ready. Oh, it's not gonna move. I forgot the throttle cable. All right guys, let's try this again. Got the throttle hooked up. I'm gonna test the brakes real quick. I don't know how good they are. I know they're not great. And I've got like 2 lug nuts on each wheel, so should be fine. I'm just gonna go back down, and I don't have any fuel. Uh-oh. Running out of fuel. Hang on, let me check something. I put the air filter on it to test it, but this air filter is like garbage. Let me put the intake hat on it so it doesn't suck any seat foam in. Now let's see if that fixes anything. Okay, brakes work. Of course, I can't see nothing. It moves. Ooh, really close to the wall. Needs transmission fluid. It moves! Yes! A little bit of scratch. It needs transmission fluid though, pretty bad. It doesn't want to come up the driveway very easy. The pump takes a minute. She's moving, boys. It's running pretty smooth. It's got still just a little, but it's not bad. Just a little hiccup. I'm excited it's doing that. All right, I'm probably out of fuel. Yeah, I'm almost out of fuel. All right, boys, she moves. Oh, that feels so damn good. I can't tell you guys. That's good enough for me. It moves just a little bit, but I'm happy with that. That's a good step forward. Seems like it's running okay. It's, again, I think we just need to drive it. It needs to go through a few drive cycles, I think, and I think it's going to clear up, and I think it's going to be just fine. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm pretty giddy. That's a big shot. Figuring out the computer issue and then just being able to move it like that, man, that's a huge shot of adrenaline. So, all right, guys, let's put this thing away for now before I run out of fuel and I have to push it in. It's kind of hard to gauge the width on this thing right now. There we go. There, it's smoothing out. We still got some issues to work out, but I think we're good though for now. Now the real fun begins. Let's get this thing finished up so where we can get this thing put on the road permanently. Obviously there's still a ton to do on this thing, but that's a big shot of motivation right there, that's for sure. All right, now I can start buttoning up the rest of the electrical on this thing. I need to order the gauges for this thing now, get those installed and get that figured out. And then kind of moving forward here, I'm probably gonna start on the doors here pretty quick. I'd really like, those are gonna be a ton of work because I need to strip those things completely out. I've got to paint the insides of them. Those are gonna be a lot of work. So I'm probably gonna get going on the doors here pretty soon. I really haven't discussed it, but what I would like to do, if I can, is in late October, there's an event here in Arizona down in Tucson called the Duct Tape Drags. I'd really like to drive this thing down there for that if I can. I'm gonna try. I don't know, no promises, because there's just still so much work to do. This has been a big hurdle. This slowed me down so badly. And between that and the heat, of course, as well, it definitely has slowed me down. But I think we've got it to where it's good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and throw just a quick and dirty paint job on the tanks right now. I want to get the tank mounted, get the fuel system buttoned up as well, get that done. And then I'll paint match the hood and all that later too. So, but yeah, I can't tell you how relieved I am. It's just been a struggle. So thank you for all the input. I really do appreciate it. It is a big help, more than you know, believe me. All right, guys, well, stick around and a quick short video just to let you guys know what's going on. I may skip a week next week and I'll probably see you the week after, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm unpredictable right now. One minute I lose motivation, the next minute I get motivation. So we'll see you on the next one. All right, get out there, go work on your junk. All right, guys, have a great day.